Hello again. So the last time we checked, we had everything pretty much set up just like our original page, except we were having this problem with this pesky margin. It's actually much easier than I tried to think about. Let's go ahead and highlight the section we're talking about. And when we highlight, let's make sure that we go out as far as we need to select what we need. So it looks like the very top is the tabs outer. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, just to test and see how much we need, we're going to do a negative margin. So negative 10px. So we're going to keep pressing down the down arrow button until we get right up on the edge here. And as you can see, it's margin negative 15px. So we're going to go to our tabs outer and add that margin. So let's go ahead and find tabs outer and see if we already have any margin. And it looks like we don't. So let's go ahead and go to our tabs and let's go above all this since inner is after outer. So tabs outer. And we're going to say that margin is negative 15px. Let's save that and refresh. And now it's baked in. So let's go ahead and get this margin working. Do the same thing. And it looks like it's our nav, but let's go higher until we get to the point where we're on our right area here. And it looks like, let's see, let's try our widget. Let's go to our widget. And so our widget HTML class, the ID is HTML3. So we're in the HTML3. We're going to say margin bottom is negative 10px, and it looks like that might be it. Let's go up just to see. Yep, it looks like negative 10px will do it. So we'll go to our ID, which is HTML3, and that's in our tab section here. So let's go to the bottom, HTML3, and we said that the margin bottom is negative 10px. Save that and refresh, and it looks like we're all set here. So let's take a look and see what we have in similarity. So it looks like we are at 1,110 pixels. Let's bring this over to 1,010 pixels so we can get a direct comparison. And so when we go back and forth here, it looks like that the only difference is the height of our header here, and our max width is 450. And here on the logo, max width is 350. So now if we were to go back and forth, it's a lot better here. So let's go ahead and update this. So that's our logo has 450 and a margin. Okay, so let's go ahead to our logo. Let's find the logo. Okay, here's our logo. So this is 450, not 350. Let's save that. Refresh. And there we have it. Very beautiful. It's a lot closer to what we need to have. Okay, so it seems I've gotten it all down, all the margins and all, and it looks pretty good. Now, there's no way that I could have found to make this transparent just like this here. Seems like that's something that escapes me, but I rest well in the knowledge that I've got the top part of here all set up the way I wanted it to be. And so let's go through a little bit of what we've done. So the first thing we did was we picked a very simple, the simplest blog template that we could find. And then after we did that, some of the things we did were immediately go into the theme section here and make sure that we modified our mobile settings in order to not be mobile, but in order to be responsive. So to be responsive, we're going to edit our HTML, and we're going to go up here to the meta tag and make sure that our viewport has this exact information in order for it to be mobile. Then we want to make sure that we can stretch as we make it smaller and larger. And what we did was we did a search. We did a find for min width. When we found our min width right here, what we ended up being able to do was we commented out the body's minimum width and the content's minimum width. We commented all that out, and we added our own max width of 960. That way there's no minimum width. It could be collapsed, and there's a maximum width just so that we can maintain our background like this. In order to get our background, what we did was we took the picture that we wanted, and we went to our blog. We made a new post that we're not going to publish. And what this post is just where we put all our images. Okay. And here are all our images. We take the source code from our image, we copy that, and we add that to our background. So to get to the background, we do the same thing. We find the HTML. We edit the HTML, and we find the body background. So we go to the body. Again, we could do a search for body. And that's too much. So let's just look for background image. And here's our background image for the body. Okay, it looks like we have a few things that say background image. Okay, and those are all say none. So here's our background image that we added to our body. Okay. And here is the URL that we used for the background. Then it happened to be from the Unsplash site. So we just used that Unsplash information here. And then we used the background for the header. We added the header by going here to our layout and actually erasing the nav bar that's at the top and erasing the header that's at the top and adding our own navigation bar and adding our own header information. And so then, of course, we go into our theme and we go to edit HTML and we take our blogger header and we stylize our blogger header, the logo. Here's that image URL that we were talking about earlier. And there we have it. There we have everything. And of course, we changed some margin things. In order to get to everything that we want to modify, we just take our element inspector and we click on the element, and then we can figure out what are we doing with the element. Now we can check it with our cell phone checker here, and we can see that everything works. If we click on blog, we get our beautiful blog header here. And of course, the only thing we have to work on now is making this look like a mobile navigation. So in our next video, we're going to actually just work on some jQuery, and we're going to learn how to add jQuery so we can do crazy things in our, or advanced crazy things in our Blogger blog. Thank you very much.